Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Unbettable podcast with Mondo, Holmes, and Gary. On today's episode, we're going to be talking a little bit about what happened this weekend, just basically recapping college football, MLB, NFL, any kind of bets we want to discuss, just a general recap episode. Um, just a heads up, there's not going to be any bets placed in this episode, and we'll kind of talk Monday Night Football preview. Sound good?
Love it. Love to hear it.
Boys, I guess let's start here. First of all, how your day's going? How are we doing today?
Well, I'm gonna tell you something.
Oh
I'm
shit.
gonna jump right into it. I feel fantastic today
Oh,
because if the viewers out there are following us on Twitter, where we at unbettable 7 for 7 on college football picks on Saturday.
damn
We're out here
right.
making money. Come on now.
100%
Yes.
clip for clip for Mr. Holmes in the top corner. That
Hey
Steady.
man
man,
was on fire this weekend. Absolutely unstoppable on the college football gridiron. And on the other side, you have Gary Gowdy, who didn't put out a single bet this weekend. So it really goes to show we cover all of our bases on this podcast. We got 100% and a 0% clip. Gary, care to comment?
I'm in a little bit of a dispute with the person that I place my bets with right now. So
ooh, trouble in bookie paradise.
yeah, so
No way.
fuck that guy. But it is what it is. So we'll be back at it soon.
Speaking of fuck them, bro, I got kicked out of my gym today.
What?
Dude,
What do you mean?
and it's off the dumbest reasoning too, bro. I was going in, back in bicep day, got to get a little workout in Monday, coming over a football hangover. You're all fat from all the fucking buffalo dip and shit you've been eating. So I'm like, all right, let's get a little pump in. I walk in, scan the card, whatever, and go to the machine, start doing the preacher curls. And this guy comes over, brand new face at the gym. He's like, hey, dude. I was like, what's up? Like, what's going on? He was like, yeah, I noticed your account over there doesn't match what is in our system. I was like, no shit, huh? Like, why would that be? He goes, well, you see, it's under this account named Jill, my mom. My mom's account. She doesn't go to the gym, but I'm using the account. I was like, well, yeah, my mom doesn't work out there. I just been using it for the past like 2 years. Like, just no one said shit. He's like, well, yeah, unfortunately, we can't let you work out here until you have it under your own fucking name. So your boy just got kicked out of the gym. He's a little pissed off, little testosterone still going because he didn't finish his goddamn workout. So I'm gonna move this into the first segment of the day, scorched earth. I want to talk about my bets that didn't hit. Anthony Richardson fucked me. He got hurt. He needs an O line that can block. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of the goddamn refs in the Chiefs game just fucking meat riding and blowing the fuck out of the Chiefs all damn day. It's ruining my life. That over should have hit. I'm sick of this shit. And that's my rant. I hate the refs. I hate the gym guy. I'm angry. I need to work out. I need a nap. It's been a long day. Fuck. I've
God,
had a day.
that is an unhappy man right there.
I'm not
Holy
happy. I'm
shit.
tired.
Holy shit. I will say though, NFL officiating has been very bad, very bad. I mean, what's new though? We say this every single year. There's always shit that should be improved with NFL refereeing. I mean, dude, the guzzling of the Chiefs is probably one of the worst things in football. And it's so noticeable. Like there's just so many different things that aren't called that are favorable toward the Chiefs. Like, wasn't it L'Jarius Sneed took off his helmet when he got flagged for a penalty, didn't get an additional flag on top of that? Like, I was literally just watching TJ Watt get a sack to end the game, took his helmet off in celebration and everything, and they flagged him for that. Didn't have any like effect on the game. It was over at that point, but they still flagged him.
Hey,
Like,
bro.
dude,
Chiefs are 3-0 as Swifties. What can I say?
yeah,
NFL rigged.
there's
I
a
don't
lot
know.
wrong with it.
I think something needs to be done about pass interference calls. I feel like a lot of the times you look at a PI, and it's not necessarily a PI, it's just a man playing good defense. Again with the Chiefs. And this like okay, here's my thing with it. Like I agree that a PI is something that needs to be called. It definitely ruins the game. But I think that they need to reevaluate the way they implement the penalty. I feel like it should be a 15-yard call. I don't really like this spot of the foul thing. You look at the Chiefs, Mahomes launches a 60-yard bomb down the field. You got a little pushing and shoving going on, just playing good football. Man barely even touches the ball, and then a flag. And it's essentially like you got a 60-yard completion for being able to throw the ball that far. And I think that needs to be fixed.
Bro, it has been infuriating to watch. I will say though, the one highlight of having the Swifties, they are officially with us. We are hand in hand with them. We hate the turf fields. Bring out regular grass. They're on board. We're gonna get this change. I'm here for it. I sent out a tweet with the little handshake emoji. I was like, "Yep, we are united on this front. I can't stand the turf. I'm ready for this change. Bring it on." So
Causing too
I'm
many damn
excited
injuries.
about that.
Yeah. Fuck, it's causing too many damn injuries, bro. Like, I got scared shitless when Kelsey went down with that non-contact injury. Like, dude, are you
Yeah.
kidding me? Like, obviously the biggest star in the NFL right now with all the Taylor Swift stuff going on. And then, I mean, I'm sure we all got fantasy implications on Travis Kelsey too. I'm sure a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of people have money on Travis Kelsey. I mean, just stuff like that is so unfortunate, dude. Like, especially, I know they didn't play there this past week, but MetLife, dude, that's a cursed stadium. That's a cursed
That's
stadium. Like that,
guaranteed injuries.
yeah, guaranteed. I mean, if you have stars in that game, it's worth it to literally just stay away and not
Yeah.
even try to get any action on those games, because who the hell knows what's going to happen. And then, yeah, just like you said, I mean, with AR going down with an injury, injuries are going to happen and screw up our bets all the time. And we can rightfully be mad about it, but injuries are also just going to be a part of the game. I understand it if you have an injury after a big hit, but if you're playing on artificial grass and this is what's causing everybody to have bum knees, bum ankles, pulled hamstrings, like, bro, this is just taken away from the fun of the game. It's no fun without the stars actually playing the game.
It's got to change, man. It's got to change.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I guess we could start with our brand new segment. We got to debut it today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Triple Threat Takeaway. We each give 3 takeaways from this weekend. I don't know if we want to, rotate 1-1-1, keep going like that, or how we want to do it. So I'll kind of put it up to you guys, and then we can go from there.
I like the 1-1-1.
All right.
Cool.
I'll kick it off. Ladies and gentlemen, Texas is not back. I bought into the hype. I was so wrong on that. Texas is nowhere near back. They are so overrated, and they are going to get smacked around the SEC in a couple years. I blew it. I blew it. I thought it was going to be a lock. Texas, I bought into the hype train, let me down, lose 34-30 to Oklahoma. I got caught. But I know Texas ain't back. They ain't back.
The Red River.
The Red
Yeah,
River
I got, bro.
crazy things happen. I'll agree with you. I'll piggyback right on top of that, but instead of focusing on Texas, Oklahoma might be real this year, man. I could honestly say I don't think I had a lot of faith in Oklahoma coming into the season. I mean, Brent Venables, I like him as a coach. I think he's going to take a little bit of time to develop into a great head coach, and I thought this season was going to be a part of that time that he needs to continue building his roster, making sure that defense is stout. He's a defensive guy. He's all about that stuff.
Yeah.
But man, have they looked good. And Dylan Gabriel staying healthy is a big part of that, because that dude's playing lights out right now. I mean, good for him. Like, I know he was the UCF guy for a long time. I have a bunch of friends that go to UCF, and I mean, that was just like such a sour ending, him leaving UCF and then going to Oklahoma. Like, that was such a pity, like for UCF fans, and that was tough in the moment. But Oklahoma now, they're kind of rolling, man. They're actually going to be in contention for the football playoff, for the college football playoff. And I can honestly say that I did not see that coming at the beginning of the season. So hats off to Oklahoma. Great win, especially in a tough Texas environment too. So Texas is not back, but Oklahoma possibly back.
Yeah, I agree with that. Gare, what's your first takeaway?
My first takeaway for today is going to be Dak Prescott is not him. I am a big Cowboys hater. Growing up, I was always a Bucks fan, still am. My neighbor a couple houses down was like a cowboy worshipper. You go in, you got cowboy shit on the wall, cowboy blanket, cowboy helmet. I hate all the cowboy shit. I honestly think Dak Prescott might be colorblind with the amount of interceptions that he threw yesterday. I don't know if he knows what red looks like and what white looks like. And honestly, I was talking about this in a group chat. If it was possible to get a negative QB rating, I think Dak Prescott could have set that precedent yesterday. Overall, he ended up with a QB rating of 51. I think that's way too high. I think it should be like -6. Dak Prescott is fucking trash. Brock Purdy walked them boys. I I mean honestly, I think the best thing that could happen to him is get injured and sit out the rest of the season. But that's just my personal take.
Dude, I'm right there with you. The two things I look forward to in the Cowboys play is each game watching Skip Bayless throw out his new Dak Prescott jersey that he gets for the fresh juju. And then that slow pan to Stephen A where he just starts laughing, bro. I can't get enough of that. That is too funny.
Yeah. I remember I saw Stephen A posted a video on Twitter yesterday, and his direct quote was, "I couldn't even pass gas before this man threw another pick." And that's something that really stuck with me. So
Dude, I die every time. And he's always in like a new house every time he does it. Like it's something, man. It's something. My second takeaway, and probably the biggest takeaway of the college football weekend, Mario Cristobal doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He doesn't know how to coach, bro.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know how many times I have to say it. If you don't know how to take a knee and go into victory formation when the game's over, you should not be a head coach. You'd get fired pro level, college, high school, pee wee, my backyard football league. You're gone, bro. Like, there's no possible way that you do not need in that situation. But he does it every single game. He never takes a knee. And it's driving me crazy watching it because this motherfucker should be on the hot seat. He should be gone. Miami is now out of the top 25 or should be out of the top 25 for good. It is pitiful having a head coach who doesn't know what he's doing, and you have a great roster, a great talent on that team that are sitting there going, I don't know what the fuck we're doing. Why are we doing this? I don't get it. I don't understand. What's the point? Why are you doing this to yourself? Granted, no one thinks the guy's going to fumble and they're going to go all the way down the field in 20 seconds, but for fuck's sake, man, just take the dub. I've never seen someone just like throw a game away like that. And his post-game interview was dog shit. He basically took no accountability. I couldn't believe what I was watching. I couldn't believe it. And Miami fans aren't calling for his head. They're like, oh, it's only his second year. Motherfucker, he should have learned this 18 years ago how to take a knee. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't get it. It's wild to me, man. It's fucking crazy.
yeah.
That was super shocking. I could not believe that happened. That was absolutely absurd. Come on, you had the win in hand. 99% chance you win. And you bet on that 1% to bit you in the ass.
Like I mean, I try to think about like what could possibly be like going through his head there, but I mean, I'm pretty fucking stupid, and even I would not even think about doing that. I can't fathom. I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's mind blowing, man.
Mind blowing. Mind blowing.
Gotcha. Fuck SoFlo Sports. Sorry, Mondo.
Dude, I don't like Miami. So like I was dying laughing, but what the hell are you doing, man? Like it just makes no
Those jerseys
sense.
were pretty tight, though. I like the jerseys.
Yeah, they do have clean unis, but it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
they gotta scorch them now.
That's how they're gonna remember it. That's the staple.
Yeah.
All
All right,
right.
I'm gonna roll into my second thing. I'm gonna talk some playoff baseball because so far the wild card teams are kind of rolling right
Yeah.
now. Teams from the wild card are putting in work against the division leaders. I mean, the first night of the divisional round, Orioles go down to the Rangers, who've been staying hot. The Phillies shut out the Braves. I didn't see that coming. Braves can't put up any offense behind a decent start from Spencer Strider. And then, man, that Diamondbacks Dodgers game,
That was wild.
wow. You put all that offense on Kershaw that early. I mean, they were red hot and ready to go. That was crazy. That was something I did not expect at all. I mean, for me, it's kind of disappointing because I think the Orioles are going to lose tonight. I think, or is it tonight? Might be tomorrow. Tomorrow, my bad. Tuesday night. I think the Orioles are going to get swept in the ALDS, and that's kind of tough. Obviously, being a Braves fan, you know, I'm not a huge Orioles guy being in the division, but I think you got to respect how far they've made it compared to how ass they have been for years. Years. And they have done it the right way. They've grown up all their players through the farm system. They have done it organically, grown it up from the bottom. And it's going to be disappointing to see them drop this and possibly go out in sweep fashion. I think that is the biggest thing for me in baseball right now. But I mean, the division leaders not putting up a good showing right now. I just checked in on the Phillies and Braves. Phillies are already up 1-0 on the Braves in the second.
Yeah,
I
I got
mean,
that pulled up.
yeah, dude, like that's interesting. That's going to be interesting to watch. I don't know if maybe that break that the division leaders get while all the wild card teams are playing, I don't know if that has any effect, but there's going to be some theories flying around if the division leaders, at least the majority of them, go down before the championship round.
I agree.
Yeah.
Gare?
I mean, just to piggyback off of Hart, fuck the Braves. I feel like every single podcast we do, I'm gonna at least drop one of those where I'm just like, fuck this person because I say so. So you can quote me on that. Fuck the Braves.
I quoted you. I bet on it, and you let me down. I even had it in the tweet. Fuck Bama rationale. I was right there. I was in your hole. You let me down, Gare. You let me down. I was balls deep in your
close.
hole.
It was a little close. It was a little close. But my second take is gonna be Georgia's gonna win the Natty for the third time in a row this year. They put up fucking huge numbers against Kentucky this weekend. I hate to say it, bro, but I mean they're just yo. True. Sean Kerber's update. He received my pizza. Um, but yeah, no, Georgia wins against Kentucky 51-13. Carson Beck putting up 4 tutties. They had such a big lead. They ended up putting in their secondary. Yeah, I just really don't see anybody stopping this team at this point. I mean, you're looking at their schedule going forward. They got Vandy, who the Gators walked this weekend. Fuck
Yep.
Vandy. And then they play us. Which, I really hope so. But we'll just watch and see what happens. And then they got Mizzou, who went down this weekend. And then their last few games, they got a little bit of competition. You got Ole Miss, you got Tennessee, who the Gators also walked. Just remember that. You got Georgia Tech, pretty cupcake, Mickey Mouse way to the Natty. But I definitely can see them doing it again this year.
Yeah. All right. My final takeaway. As you guys can tell, it is Victory Monday for your boy. I want to debut the newest nickname, the fastest show on earth, the Miami Dolphins offense. Holy hell. Are they
Explosive.
unbelievable? What?
Explosive.
Explosive. Some might even say they're fast. My God, are they fun to watch? Achan, Tyreek, Waddle, Mostert, you name it, bro. Uh, we're going to field the U.S. Olympic track team. It is unbelievable, and it is the most fun I've had as a Dolphins fan my entire life. I have been fucking miserable all 23 years I've been on this earth. This year, I'm loving it. I'm beyond happy. I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah, man.
Fuck the Bills game. That shit didn't count. Like, look at this, bro. We are balling. We are having fun. We dropped 70 a couple weeks ago. Like, I'm having a good ass time this year. And yeah, I just burned a takeaway on that, but god damn it, the fastest show on earth. Electric. Absolutely electric to watch. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys can do real takeaways.
All right. The third one I got, I'm gonna talk a little bit of NFL, but I found a really, really interesting betting trend. Did not know this before the weekend. Didn't expect this at all, to be honest. I feel like if you know, you know. But I had the Falcons money line this week. Looked kind of rough for a while. Came through at the end. It was a big play. But Desmond Ridder, did you guys know he is 31-0 at home through college and the NFL so far?
Bro,
That's fucking ridiculous.
it's like the trifecta of betting stats I've heard this weekend.
Like,
it is
dude, I
unbelievable.
can't believe that. If I would have known about this, if I had actually found out about this stat, dude, I would be riding the Falcons at home every game blindly. I'm going to have to start doing it now. I'll do it until that streak's broken. Dude, 31-0 at home through college and the pros. I mean, damn, that's pretty special. I did not know that at all. That was incredible to me. I mean, especially like that Falcons game against the Texans. You come all the way back down the field last minute and kick that field goal to win a good game against a very, very good Texans team. I mean,
bullshit.
Texans are nice. I'm gonna give them their credit. CJ Stroud's been a pretty great pick so far for them this year, and I feel like the Panthers are kind of kicking themselves about that one. But I like what the Texans are doing, and the Falcons to be able to get that win and keep Ritter's undefeated record at home intact. That's nuts, dude. So keep that in mind. That will definitely be on the slate for future weeks. Falcons at home, almost an auto bet at this point. Almost an auto bet.
It's an unreal stat because Ritter's ass, bro. I don't get it.
Yeah.
It is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Between that and the when the Colts roof is open and the glass is closed, they're 10-0. Those are the two stats that have been blowing up my feed all weekend.
That's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
What?
Yep.
Like a fucking greenhouse.
Yeah. All right, Garrett, what you got?
My final one, and this is just because this man carried me through fantasy this weekend. The Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase combo could potentially be back. Watching them play against Arizona, I mean, obviously, they could have played better. Defense could have played better, letting up about 20 points, I think it was, to Arizona. But Jamar Chase, I mean, I'm looking at the stat right now, got 15 receptions for almost 200 yards. I know fantasy owners are loving him right now. He put up, I want to say it was like 51 points this weekend, which is insane because if you look at the past weeks with Jamar Chase, he's put up like 6, 8, 12, like just throwaway numbers that really aren't going to do anything for you.
Especially for a guy that was a top 3 pick.
Yeah, I mean, that combination last year like almost won them the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But I think that Joe Burrow is looking a little better. He was moving around the pocket a little bit better. Had a couple carries. I mean, not for any, significant yards, but he was showing signs of life, showing signs that he could move his leg, which is big for Bengals fans. And I think that, for all these people that are, doubting Jamar Chase on their fantasy teams, I think it's time to give him a second look, take him off your bench, throw him in there next week and see what he can do.
Yeah. I'm right there with
that.
you, man. As a Joe Burrow owner in my dynasty league, I naturally benched him this week and he balled the fuck out. So
Sure.
I'm having a great year, having fun. Life's good. Someone get me a beer. All right. Before we move on to this next section of the podcast, let's hear a little message from Gary Gowdy.
What's up, everybody? It is your boy Gary here with the Unbettable podcast, and I'm here to talk to you today about lock spread. Now, lock spread is comparable to your favorite player prop pick sites such as Prize Picks, except it's more catered to people our audience, catered to the teams we like, catered to the college teams we like, got baseball in there, golf, every sport you can think of. But I just want to tell you guys a little bit more about the promos that we have going on right now on the site. Just to let you know, the mobile app did just launch, which is huge, making it a lot easier for you to place those last minute picks. So the promos we got going on right now, we are matching every deposit up to $100, essentially doubling your money, giving you more to play with, more time to explore the site. Also, whenever you first sign up for the app, you will get a $5 credit. This essentially gives you some money to play with, see if you really like the site, see if it's something you could see yourself using in the future. Also, tonight, I don't know when the podcast is going up, but we got a free square up tonight for Jimmy G over half a passing yard. It's free. And you can expect more free squares like that. We have at least 2 to 3 every week. So make sure you click the link here, and it'll take you to my referral code, sign up through there, and we'll get you rolling. Hope you guys make some money. Make sure you check out Lock Spread. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Gary Gowdy, for that incredible ad read. You are absolutely perfection on the mic.
The man.
All right. Let's just go slate for slate. Let's go college football bets. We'll start with my misery, and that way we finish with an upper with Holmes 7 for 7. Yeah, so I guess let's go down my board. Texas, I have -5. We all know how I feel about that. They are not back. I got just embarrassed. I have fed into the hype train. Very depressing. I'm not proud of it. I will never get duped like that again. I have VT plus 23.5. That hit. That felt like a lock out the gate. VT, despite it not being that close of a game, they would play FSU pretty close regardless. So that felt like a lock. Notre Dame really shit the bed for me. You guys know I had 2 bets this weekend, the money line and Notre Dame Louisville over 53.5. Neither of those hit. It was a shitty weekend of betting for your boy, especially with this Colorado one that I missed by a goddamn point. Missed by a point. I had 4. I missed by a point, man. That sums up my weekend right there.
That's tough.
And then Gary's rationale got my brain. Fuck Bama. Did not pay off in the end as I took the Texas A&M money line. Had it in the first half, but boy, did I get embarrassed and send Gary a hell of a text. But the couple bets that did hit, LSU Missouri over 63.5. That was a hell of a shootout. What a game to watch. If you didn't watch it, you definitely missed out because that was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The other one I'm most proud of, Pearsall Anytime TD. If you know your boy, I always deliver on the Anytime TD bets. If I put it down, you know it's cash money.
That's a fact. That is a
most
fact.
of the time. So that was the one I was most proud of. That's what I got, kind of broke even on the day because of that, which is shocking considering the overall record of the day. But as a podcast, we did fucking incredible. And that is because of this man right over here. Holmes, take it away.
Oh, man. Appreciate you guys. All the love. all the support. Great people, great people. Yeah, man, great college football day. Put out 7 plays. Again, if you're not following us on Twitter, shoot us a follow. We're always putting out picks, especially for the college football and NFL weekends, and especially as we start getting into the start of the NHL season, start of the NBA season. We're in the midst of the MLB playoffs. Picks are going to be dropping all the time, so make sure you're following. Put your notifications on. Make sure you do not miss any of the picks. So that being said, yes, great Saturday, 7 for 7. I was the one on Louisville. I remember we talked about it. Both you boys were on Notre Dame. I gave you my rationale. Louisville, I think they're in a great spot. They are a very good team playing at home. Notre Dame was just in a tough schedule spot, man, playing 4 ranked teams in a row. I mean, they're really going through the gauntlet right now. So Louisville getting that outright win, and 7 points wasn't even needed. So that was great right there. UCLA -3. That was a big trap spot. If you were on the right side of that, you knew. That's you can't. The thing for me is I've done enough of this college game to understand that ranked teams coming in against an unranked opponent at home, that's normally a very tough spot. And you got to always look at those lines because they are just begging you to take the ranked team on the road. And most of the time, you have to be aware those are just fishy lines. And you just have to, it sucks. It doesn't feel good trying to take an unranked team against a ranked one. It's not fun, especially when UCLA is -3. They got to win that game by 3 points outright against a ranked Washington State team that's looked pretty damn good so far this season. So that was awesome to be on the right side of that one. Texas Tech money line. Baylor last week, I mean, they had a hell of a comeback win against UCF. This was a big letdown spot for them. Texas Tech needed to get right, and they did. Great win there. Jalen Milroe to throw a pick. Come on now. We had to expect that. Jalen Milroe has been very up and down so far this season for Bama, and Texas A&M are the best defense that Milroe's probably faced thus far into the season. So getting that pick was perfect. Florida State over 20.5 first half team total, similar to your Virginia Tech spread cover there. I felt like it was a lock from the beginning. FSU just seems to get out to incredibly hot starts, especially against inferior opponents. So really liked being able to get that 3 touchdown value number there for the first half. And then Rutgers +12.5, Maryland +21.5. Shoot, I got both of those by like the skin of my teeth, man. Wisconsin got a good win over Rutgers, and Ohio State the same thing over Maryland, but kudos to those teams for hanging in there and covering the numbers. So very excited about that. Great college football weekend, boys. We're going to look to be right back at it this weekend. We got a pretty good slate coming up, so I'm going to be excited to talk about that on our next show.
Yeah. And Gary, we know you're in a little bit of beef with your bookie. So why don't you go ahead and give us your college performance of the weekend?
College performance of the weekend.
So everyone knows I just put them on the spot right here. Let's see what
Yeah.
they got.
Wow. Mondo, I just love it whenever you put me on the spot. It's almost like you do it anytime we literally do anything together. My college performance of the weekend is going to be, of course, the Florida Gators. Not just because it's safe. It is kind of safe. But I really think that we needed this win. I mean, after losing last weekend, I think it's big that we won going into South Carolina. Going into South Carolina, we are considered the underdogs. We're going on the road to fucking cock territory. And, you never really know. The Gators in South Carolina is just kind of one of those games that's usually up in the air. I mean, it's always a dog fight. I mean, you have Spencer Rattler, who's possibly one of the ugliest human beings on planet Earth, who's not been doing bad this year. And then you have Graham Mertz, who he may be able to throw the ball, he may not be able to. So I think that us beating Vandy by a landslide is definitely good for the morale boost going into South Carolina. And I really hope that we can beat South Carolina because that'd be a huge statement for the SEC. Kind of get people's names or, have people stop talking down on us. I'm tired of it. Tired of getting lit up in group chats with FSU jits. I think that FSU is just one of those teams that's just like always fucking scraping it by every single weekend. And then the very end, they just pull off. Tired of hearing about it. I really just need us to beat South Carolina this weekend. And I think this weekend proves that we are not a bad football team. We can play football. And I just hope it carries into this weekend.
Yeah.
I love it. Way to rebound there. Proud of
Hmm.
you. Very proud of you, Gary. Yeah, so I guess let's send it over to yours truly for another ad read. What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Mondo from the Unbettable podcast here today to talk to you about Open Bar. Are you looking for the best bar on the market? Don't have the space? Guess what? I got you. Look right up here. That's right. In college, my dad and I came up with this idea. We didn't have space in our room. So what did I do? I was like, yo, dad, let's build this fold down bar. Let's see what we can do here. And you know what? We came up with this awesome product, all wood, state of the art, will last you years. And it is the best bang for your buck bar. But not just that, we also build desks. That's right. In my brother's room this year, we have 2 desks, fold right down, have a monitor plastered right on the screen. It is worth it. If you are looking to get a bar, come talk to me in an email, cmondo@jmatinc.net. I promise you it is worth the money. You will not be sorry you invested in this. It is going to be the highlight of your room, highlight of your apartment, highlight of your house. You name it, it will be worth it. So yeah, that's cmondo@jmatinc.net, JMATTINC. And yeah, reach out today. Get yourself one hell of a bar. See ya. God damn, that voice was gorgeous. What do you guys think?
I love it. I
All
love
right, that's all I wanted to hear. So while some of us were preparing our bets, doing our research on Sunday morning, making sure everything's tight knit, one of us was out here having a hell of a start to their day. Gary, give us a look behind the curtain.
All right, so the curtain is officially open. I NFL Sunday for me was filled with morning, like not good morning, like morning, like MOURNING. I can spell. Loss and pain. I got a text from Mondo on Sunday morning saying, "Hey Gary, make sure you go on the Twitter and you get our bets out there." And I'm sitting here on the toilet butt ass naked with my fucking head in my hands, like just trying to breathe, because sometimes when I get hungover, I wake up and I got the heart palpitations cooking. I can't breathe. Feel like fucking Tony Soprano, and it's just not a good time. And honestly, I think that has to do with the fact that Thursday and Friday night combined, I got about 7 hours of sleep. I broke the slats underneath my bed. So I had to do a little bit of redneck engineering and fix that. I came back from a bar here in Gainesville known as Barcade, which is like an arcade bar. It's really cool. And I decided that I was gonna full on cannonball onto my bed. And I broke my bed. So that really sucked. Um, but yeah, no, I had a hell of a weekend. It's always a good time in the swamp whenever we have a game day here. So I woke up at the ripe time of about 10:30, made myself about a quadruple crapple and Sprite, and walked myself about a mile and a half to the house and got ready for the tailgate. And yeah, I spent all of today in my bed recovering. And yeah,
So can we see the redneck engineering?
Damn, that was a journey from beginning to end. That was just
That was a hell of a story. We only got a portion of that on
room's
Sunday.
a little messy.
so.
If you hold on, I gotta fucking position my laptop.
Make sure you hide your dildo.
It's in my butt. Oh, but if you can look down there, I don't know if you
Never a dull moment with this man.
I just broke two of the slats. So yeah, I had to bunch the wood together. Um, because whenever I laid down in bed that night to go to sleep, I noticed that my ass was about 6 inches lower than my head. Um, and I was like, damn, I really fucking broke my bed. And yeah, I heard it from my roommates the next morning because I didn't realize what time it was. Apparently, I broke my bed at approximately 4:15 a.m. ish, because they said it sounded like gunshots were coming from my room. Um, so yeah, um,
Oh my god.
I broke my bed.
That is
That
unreal.
that's my
What a
main
goddamn
takeaway.
clown. Very goddamn clown.
That's just ridiculous.
Hey man,
Okay.
I had a great time though breaking my bed. I thought it was fucking hilarious at first, and now I'm kind of pissed off because now my bed is not comfy, but it is what it is.
Hindsight is 2020, my friend.
Yeah.
Mhm. Well, let's go to the crew that actually woke up and, like a normal person, started doing their research. Holmes, how'd this NFL weekend go for you?
Yeah, man. Let's get back into some picks. The NFL weekend was not too bad. I put out 5 plays on the day for Sunday. Went 3-2. Not too bad at all. Obviously I was on the Anthony Richardson anytime touchdown with you. That was a pretty tough break right there because I was really confident in that. I'm sure you were too. Injury that brought AR down, had him out for the rest of the game. I think he's got an AC joint sprain in his shoulder. Not very good. And his throwing shoulder, I think, as well. So that is not looking good for his return anytime soon. And then Titans money line, that was just probably a very shitty bet right there, to be honest with you. I don't know why I try to back the Titans and Ryan Tannehill. That was just a very poor play right there because Gardner Minshew came in there and that guy's ready to be a starter for a team. I think he's a great backup, but
Mhm.
I mean, I can see him being a better quarterback than like 4 or 5 current starting quarterbacks around the league right now. That guy knows how to lead a team and get his boys together, man. The Colts rally around that dude for sure. But the winners of the day, we talked about it earlier. Falcons money line came through, last second field goal. Thank the Lord. Brandon Ayuk, probably my favorite prop of the entire week, was over 56.5 receiving yards. And I landed at 58, so it was a little bit
Right.
of a sweat, and it was close, but I mean, I just love that value against the Cowboys, so he's able to get that. And then Dolphins minus 13.5. Man, come on, how are we not gonna bet on the fastest show on earth?
Yes,
And
sir.
yeah, like come on, 13.5, getting that 2 touchdowns there. I that was well worth it. So definitely love backing the Dolphins this week. They proved me right on everything that I thought they were, bouncing back from last week.
Well done. All right. As we know, your boy had a fucking girthy slate of bets that he put
Earthy.
together. So I guess we'll go down. Let's start with Mondo's anytime action. Now, you boys know I'm pretty good when it comes to the anytime touchdowns. Today, or I guess this weekend, we did all right. We missed a couple. One wasn't really my fault. Um, but just going through it, Mark Andrews, I mean, that game was a battle. It didn't fall through. No one was catching the ball. Steelers D was on one. The Dolphins duo, Tyreek Achan, double touchdown, anytime TD, big money right there. I had the AR touchdown. We all know how that went out. Cooper Cup touchdown. I really thought with him coming back this first game, he'd definitely be able to free himself up for one touchdown. He got a lot of looks early in the game. They kind of stopped feeding him after that. But just didn't deliver there. McCaffrey, if you're not betting McCaffrey anytime TD every single week, you're out your fucking mind. He
Yeah.
scored in 14 straight games. Like, it's as close to a lock as a lock can get. And I'll continue to bet it until he doesn't deliver. and then I'll bet it again.
Yeah.
So nothing's gonna change there. It's gonna be on my card every week. And finally, you Gibbs out. You had Amon Ra out. The only thing that made sense was a Laporta TD, and he didn't just deliver with one; he delivered with two. That boy is one of the top tight ends in the league. He is balling this year.
Yes,
So for
sir.
any
Yes,
time
sir.
action, wasn't too bad. You still would have come out plus money if you were to bet with me. Let's hit on the parlay real quick. The AFC South special. I thought it would have been a great bet. Colts, Texans, and then ARTD. Colts delivered. Texans ended up pushing at +2. And then the ARTD, we all know what happened. He got hurt, so that didn't deliver. And the overall bets, Texans +2 pushed. I have the Raiders money line tonight. Not sure how I feel about that anymore, but it kind of helps that Aaron Jones is out. Niners -3.5. Again, Niners are the best team in football. As much as I believe the Dolphins should be, the Niners don't have a single weak spot on their roster. It is unbelievable to watch them play, and I love it. I love watching it. Chiefs Vikings over 49. We all know how I feel based off the intro to this episode. So that's some horse shit. We should all get our money back for that. Jets +2.5. You kind of had to see it coming. It ended up being a close game, but all the storylines were pointing to the Jets between Zach Wilson, Nathaniel Hackett, all the good stuff. It's the drama you need to lock in a bet. Colts +2.5. I was a little worried about this once AR went down, but the Colts always find a way. They're gritty. And then Bengals Cardinals under 46.5. Joe Burrow got a pulse, and the rest is history. So that one didn't hit either. Didn't do too bad this weekend. Broke even. Wasn't the best performance I've had. But also, wasn't that bad. As for me saying, in the chat, I'm in shambles. Well, I'm really not. I may have sent that before the Niners game. So that helped a little bit, but it wasn't a bad slate. Could have done a lot better. Just things didn't go my way this weekend with the tight ones, but is what it is.
I have a little thing I want to touch on relating to shambles. AR getting hurt has me in shambles, honestly. Just him getting a concussion a couple weeks ago, and now you're seeing on Twitter that he's probably not going to play for the next month or so.
Mm-hmm.
It really sucks. I mean, he was a Gator great, even though he didn't really, do any. I mean, he did a lot for the program. Obviously, he didn't win a Natty or an SEC championship or anything crazy like that. I mean, he was a great guy, and it just kind of sucks seeing him get hurt this often, this early in his career.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's just something I had to get off my chest. I hate to see it.
I get what you mean, bro. I mean, just being Gators fans, you want to see the guy succeed. He's massively talented. And I mean, we've already seen it in small spurts in games this year. He's gonna be a pretty damn good quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But the health is the concern now. I mean, and it dates back to Florida. I mean, he hurt himself a lot at Florida. He doesn't slide. He doesn't really protect himself a whole lot when he takes off with the ball. That's something he's gonna really have to work on. As explosive as he is as a runner, got to utilize the slide, man. You got to protect yourself. You ain't helping the team if you're not on the field,
Yeah. I mean, you got to do the Tua method. You gotta learn how to fall. You gotta be able to slide. Fuck you, Gare. You gotta be able to slide. You gotta be able to throw the ball away. Colts, Bengals, two teams that definitely need to bolster their O-line this offseason 100%. Because those two quarterbacks can't take much more beating. They're not going to last very long.
Yep.
But yeah, those were our bets from the weekend. Wasn't too bad. Heart killed it on Saturday. That started us off great. We broke even Sunday. Plus money for the weekend. That's all you can ask for out of a betting podcast. So
all you can ask for.
Never fade us. We'll always steer you right. I'm just a little worried that once Gary gets his bookie situation figured out, we may go down a little bit.
Now, those are the picks to fade. Those are the ones to fade.
Yeah, Gary's an automatic fade. For those who don't know yet, you will.
I once hit an 8-leg NHL parlay last year, so
There's no
whenever
proof of it.
I did it in your room.
Didn't do it in my room. He did. Yeah. So, and that some of the big highlights this weekend. Obviously, we talked Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow. You know, coming back, Jamar drops what 52 points in fantasy. How about the Bears on Thursday? DJ Moore balling. I was sitting at a concert. I got dragged to a country concert. Your boy pulled up the game on the phone within the first 10 minutes. I couldn't do it, you know. So I was sitting there. I have DJ Moore in fantasy. I was like, oh shit. Like, look at that. We're kind of cooking over here.
You're cooking.
You know, she's like, oh, you're really liking this country concert. Huh? I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm loving this shit, man. Meanwhile, I'm watching DJ Moore drop 3 touchdowns. I'm like, fuck yeah, go country music. Like, not letting on to it. It was a good time. I was sitting there watching football. I didn't know a single fucking song. But I had football. So, you know, it's the silver lining these days. That's all we can ask for.
What concert was it?
It was John Party.
Oh, I've heard it. Yeah, okay.
So I know Dirt on My Boots, but other than that, you know, couldn't tell you.
True.
Like a 2.5 hour fucking show.
God,
I do want to say though, on the topic of fantasy football, if anybody, we would love to do a fantasy football segment on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I feel like a lot of people out there that play fantasy football probably play for money. Maybe they play daily fantasy. Maybe they're into all kinds of different fantasy stuff. But if you have any questions, you guys want us to talk about anything fantasy wise, especially while we're in deep in this football season right now, drop us a comment, drop us a reply on Twitter. Let us know what you like us to talk about fantasy wise. We'd love to have a fantasy section, cover questions, cover teams, maybe the best players to start, what you're looking at, especially as bye weeks start coming up here too. So let us know about that for sure. And I had a question actually for you two guys.
Yes, sir.
Because I'm in a little bit of a conundrum in one of my fantasy leagues. So last week, I play with a lot of my family members. It's probably my oldest family league that I play in. I send my uncle a trade. Because before this week, I had AR as my backup QB. I had Justin Fields as my starting QB. I've started Justin Fields every game so far this season. Dude's been a massive letdown. So I was like, you know, Commanders, prime time. I was on the Commanders. I did not think Justin Fields was about to blow up the way he did. Especially after his 4-touchdown game the week before. I'm like, all right, he's due for some regression. I think it's an outlier game. Bro's been not good this season. Mm-hmm. So benched him, started AR. Obviously, we know how that went. So I sent him before the week even started, Justin Fields for Josh Jacobs. Straight up. Needed some running back help. Josh Jacobs sitting on his bench right now. He's got some nice running backs. I'm pretty sure his flex is DeAndre Swift. I mean, he's got some nice RBs. And Josh Jacobs is just sitting on the bench. So I'm like, hey, man, you could definitely use a QB. I'm going to tell you why. I'm looking up and going to find his QB right now because there's a reason I did this. He had Joe Burrow. It's like, all right, bro, Joe Burrow. He's been horrible this season. Like, Justin Fields at least going to have a little bit more upside for you. You know, try your hand at a guy that can run a little bit more. See what happens. It's not like he's using Josh Jacobs right now anyway. Didn't accept the trade. Okay. Fair. Justin Fields went off. Justin Fields had like 33 points on my bench. He could have used that. Now, he just sent me the same exact trade. Now the boy wants Justin Fields. Now he wants Justin Fields. And now I don't know, because now I'm stuck with just AR. He's injured. He ain't going to play for the next few weeks. So I don't think it can be done anymore. I think, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but did I dodge a bullet here?
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, you look at the Bears' schedule for the next few weeks because I just pulled it up because I'm thinking like, what would happen if you potentially held on to Justin Fields. I mean, they got the Vikings this weekend. Vikings are fucking poverty. I mean, what are they? 1-4, 1-5 now. You got the Raiders. Raiders, just another mid team on the card. Chargers maybe give you a run for your money. Saints, another mid team. Panthers, one of the worst teams in the league. I mean, and that's just the next 5 weeks. So I think that, you not giving him up was, I mean, the best thing that could have happened, in my opinion.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs is a great player. And, if you need running back help, you need running back help. But you dodged the bullet with AR going down. There's just no way to essentially bet on him to stay healthy.
Yeah.
So I think you dodged a bullet. If you were to trade Fields, I'd flip him for, a lower mid-tier QB plus a running back
Fair.
just to see, what you can get for that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you should not accept it. You should ask for more. That's
Yeah.
kind of where I'm sitting. So you definitely dodged a bullet there, Holmes. 100%.
All right. I mean, no, that works. It makes me feel a little bit better for sure. I mean, I thought that was great in my head before the week. Obviously, I'm an idiot now. Hindsight 2020. Should not have made that trade. But you're right. At least we keep him for now. It's got to be in the starting lineup, man. With AR out, I have to start betting on Justin Fields. I mean, there's a possibility you try and finagle a trade because the value is so high right now. It's a very sell high situation. I mean, back-to-back weeks of great performances is definitely on the up and up and making him look a lot better than he was first 3 weeks. So it's possible to want to get that, but yeah, I might just have to stick with him for now because if he keeps going off, I'm gonna regret it. I'm gonna regret it really hard.
Yeah,
100%.
and I think the good thing about the Bears too is they're kind of changing up their whole offensive scheme.
Mm-hmm.
They finally realized DJ Moore is an elite receiver and that he will go up and catch just about any ball you throw to him.
Yeah.
Once you got that, it's easy to set up the rest of your offense. If they're going to double cover downfield, that's going to leave a lane open for Justin Fields to start running. They're finally letting him run around the field. It's the little things that they're starting to put together is why I'd be hesitant to even think of trading Justin Fields because it's finally starting to click for them. They're finally figuring out Cole Kmet. He's doing his thing. Like once you kind of get it together, you're golden. And I think, with this season in particular, they were off to a terrible start. You get a cancer out of the locker room like Chase Claypool. It opens up better vibes on the team, gives Justin Fields the ability to do more of what he wants to do.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of the way you got to look at it.
Sure.
Uh,
Completely fair. I love all the points there. So appreciate you guys for the little fantasy help, little fantasy advice there. But again, if there's anybody out there that wants any fantasy advice, wants us to talk more about fantasy, man, let us know. We'd be more than happy to create a fantasy segment. We know that is pretty big in the gambling world as well.
Yeah, what we can do is we'll have Gary tweet out something tomorrow, just basically saying, hey, what kind of questions do you have heading into this week for fantasy? We'll answer all of them on the show, debut your comment, give you a little bit of fame, because we're we're big time. And then what I'll do on Sunday is I'll do a little fantasy corner and can answer any of those last second questions you have.
Awesome.
So yeah, with that, I mean, I feel like this is a pretty quick recap episode, unless you guys have anything else to add.
I almost fleeced Nick Lipinski, but I don't want to go too deep into it. He was talking about wanting to get rid of Travis Kelce. I currently have Kyle Pitts, and Kyle Pitts is so I was gonna give him Aaron Jones for Kelce. He rejected. He got lucky. That's dodging a bullet.
Yeah,
That is dodging a bullet.
Oh man.
All right. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to like, subscribe, share with everybody you know. We are trying to blow this up. Obviously, our picks are starting to pan out a little bit. You can tail us. You will get some money back. Promise you that. But yeah, with that, we'll see you guys on the next episode, which should come out Wednesday night, heading into Thursday, previewing all the games this weekend. We have a great slate. So yeah, we'll see you guys on the next episode.
Peace.
Peace.